Hey there, YouTube pipe smokers. This is PlanxtyPipes coming at you with another video, this time a cellar tour. So I just recorded a little short video of my chest that I keep all my tobacco and my supplies in, and hopefully I will have rolled that in before the video starts. But I've not done too much video editing before, so we'll see how that works out. It could be that I'm talking about my tobacco chest and no one has any clue what I'm talking about, and that's okay. But what's more important is what's actually in the chest. So this will be a tour of the mason jars full of tobacco and the tins that I have collected since I started smoking a pipe in 2006 or so. I mason jar everything up after I open it just because I get to smoke so infrequently that I can't go through tins as fast as I would like to in order to try all the tobaccos I want to try. So usually I'll open a tin and smoke it 3 or 4 times, 3 or 4 bowls, and then put it away for a while. So for me, mason jars just seem to work the best. So on with the tour, I guess. I'll just start on the top. I have a large can of Sir Walter Raleigh that I found on sale at a grocery store one day, and so I picked it up because, hey, you can never have too much stored in your cellar. So this is a 14-ounce can of Sir Walter Raleigh. I haven't opened it yet, but you know, it's American over the counter. I like Carter Hall. I'm sure that Sir Walter Raleigh is not exactly the same, but similar enough. Same kind of light aromatics. So I picked it up. It's a classic. Moving on, have a small jar of Dunhill's early morning pipe from 2007. And that, along with Dunhill's, let's see, there's a lot of glare there, Dunhill's nightcap from 2007. Samuel Gallett's Squadron Leader, also 2007. There's a bunch of stuff that I bought when I first started smoking the pipe, and it's ended up, and I still have some left. And this is some Penzance from 2007. And the interesting thing about Penzance is when I first started smoking a pipe in about 2006 or 2007, it was no problem sourcing Penzance. You could go online to pretty much any tobacco store and get it without too much problem in the little 2-ounce tins or the 8-ounce bags. So I got Penzance and I loved it, and it was my favorite tobacco. And then I stopped smoking my pipe for, I don't know, several years. I just put it away and didn't pull it out again. And when I came back to pipe smoking after a few years, I went to order some fresh Penzance. I found that it was pretty much a joke that you couldn't get it anymore. And everybody talked about Penzance very highly, but no one was able to find any. So it took me a long time to source Penzance. It took a lot of calling B&Ms, especially in college towns where I thought probably there wouldn't be people that knew what it was. And so I would get online and I would look up tobacconists in college towns that had Esoterica listed as one of the tobaccos that they sold. And then I would call them, especially when I found out that there was Penzance hitting other stores online. People, if you're on pipesmagazine.com or pipesmokersforum.com or one of those, somebody will usually post up, hey, I found Penzance at so-and-so place. And in my experience, that means that usually they've done a shipment. Germain's done a shipment to the United States. So if you start calling around, you might be able to find it at some places. So Let's see, what else have I got right on top here? St. James Flake. It's a good vapor. And I've got 2 jars of that because I've got a bulk 250 grams of that at Low Country Pipe and Cigar, which is the B&M storefront for SmokingPipes.com. Last time I was there, they have a chest filled with tobaccos that are scratch and dent. So the tin will be dented, but the seal will still be good, and tobacco will be good, but they can't sell it for full price. So I think everything's like, I don't know, 25% off or something like that. So you can usually get some pretty good deals there. I try to stop by anytime that I'm in the Myrtle Beach area. Dunhill 965. Sorry for the glare. Hearth and Home's White Knight. I haven't taken the time to make the cool tin art labels for these yet, so it's just mostly pens and Sharpies written on labels or on the tops of the cans, depending on what I had time to do. Tinderbox Reserve 1928. This is one of the only aromatics I smoke, so it's one of the only ones that I've got. So then, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mason jars full of Penzance and a spare 8-ounce bag that I've not jarred up yet. Like I said, Penzance is my favorite tobacco, so whenever I'm able to find it, I buy as much as I can, and I store it, because I don't want to be without it. So, call around to B&M's, you'll find it. It'll take some time, but it's worth it, in my opinion. Then I've got some Blue Mountain. This is now called Balkan Blue, I think. It's the McClelland, the Balkan Sobrani-ish tobacco. Throgmorton Cellar. Lightly aromatic English, it's pretty good. St. Albans Best, which is from McCraney's. It is, McCraney's is my local B&M here in town, and St. Albans Best is one of their bulk tobaccos. I believe that it is basically McClellan 5150, the dark English. I think that's what I read. Some people have also said that they think it's basically Throgmorton on the town in bulk, I think. Either on the town or across the pond. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's on the town. I don't know. My wife bought it for me for Father's Day one year, and it was really good. I actually really, really like it. Full Virginia Flake. That is another Galleth blend, I believe. Rattray's Howl of the Wind. The funny thing is, when I first got this, I thought it was Howl of the Wind, and that it was like a phonetic play on Howl of the Wind. But then I actually found out that there's a folk hero named Howl o' the Wind, and that's who it's actually named after. So it's not Howl of the Wind, it's Howl of the Wind. The king of vapors, in my opinion, Escudo. Yeah. There we go. Escudo, which is actually what I'm smoking tonight in my Stanwell 139 Silky Brune, my Father's Day pipe that my wife bought for me. I love this pipe. It smokes so good, and Escudo, like I said, in my opinion, it's the king of the vapors. I love it. It's the one I compare everything else to. You can smoke it all day. I can smoke bowl after bowl of it. A lot of tobaccos, after I smoke a bowl, I don't want another one immediately. Escudo, I can smoke one bowl after the other and be happy. So, this is Capstan Blue Flake. Good Virginia. Very solid. Kind of comparable to Dunhill Flake. If you like Dunhill Flake, you probably like Capstan. I think they're both equally good and both always in or around my rotation. GL Peace Gaslight. This one is a funny one for me. I can't decide if I love it or if I'm just kind of okay about it. I love the presentation, the fact that it comes in the little brownies. I love that it is a straight up English or Lat blend. I mean, it's just, there's no messing around with it. It's not trying to be something that it isn't. It isn't trying to play to this particular taste or this particular place. It just is what it is. It's strong, and it's got that kind of creosote tar smell. That a lot of strong Englishes have. Had a hard time placing that until I heard Stuff and Things talking about it in his review of it, and he said that creosote kind of black top tar, and I was like, that's what it is. I smoke a lot of it, so I must like it. But there's nothing sweet about it to me. The Virginias are kind of downplayed. That might just be my particular taste and my particular palate. But it's got a little bit of the Perique spice that I really like. It's, like I said, it's strong and dark, and it's just good stuff. I got another Frogmorton. This is on the Bayou, which is their Frogmorton with Perique, which is my favorite of the Frogmortons. I like Perique, so that one I enjoy. H&H Black House, which is another Balkan Sobrani. Clone-ish. Tribute, I guess, is probably a better word. Some Peter Stokeby's Luxury Navy Flake. I love this aged. The Luxury Navy Flake's my favorite of their luxury series. That said, I haven't tried the Bullseye. I've only tried the Luxury Navy and the Luxury Twist. And here is the Luxury Twist, which is also really good. It's got kind of a caramely flavor. I don't know if I think it's got a little bit of a topping on it. But it's very subtle, very good, and won't ghost a pipe or anything like that. So, you know, it's my kind of arrow, I guess. My kind of aromatic. Very subtle. You can taste a lot of the natural tobacco flavors, and it just works. This is a tobacco called Smokey's Smoke Ease. It is from the Gatlin Burlier in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And I also have their Gatlin Burley. And they're both really good. I haven't smoked a whole lot of them. I smoked them when I was in Gatlinburg. And then I tinned them up when I got home. And I haven't really revisited them in a while. I've been kind of just letting them chill in the cellar. And I'll probably start smoking on those pretty soon here. Then I've got a couple of jars of the Vincent Manil's Labrumuse Simois. And this stuff, if you've never had Simois, it is different than anything you've ever smoked before. It's really good, earthy. kind of, I don't know how to describe it. The best description that I've heard is someone said that it is like floral and like old barn smell. Not in a bad way. It's really good. It's really, I don't know, it just makes me think of like being on the farm, smoking it in a cob, which is what I smoke it in. I love it in a cob. And then I have one more mason jar that is stuffed with a few flakes of Stonehaven, Esoterica Stonehaven. I'd never tried it before, and I found somebody that had some that was willing to trade me a few flakes of that for some McClellan Christmas cheer from 2007 that I had laying around. So I traded him the rest of mine, he traded me the rest of his. I like Stonehaven, and I know that it's widely regarded as up there with Penzance in terms of difficulty to find, and people go crazy for it and stuff, but to me, I'm not a hardcore burley guy, and it's more of a burley-based blend, and it's good, but to me, it's harder to work with. It's pretty wet, it needs some drying time. It smells awesome in the tin or the mason jar, but the smoke just isn't as good as the smell to me. Now that said, I know there's guys out there that are just absolutely crazy for it. So everybody's different. Everybody's got their own likes. Good old standby Carter Hall. This is good when you just want to smoke with coffee, corn cob, or a small briar or something. It's just one of those classics. The American over-the-counter that I judge all others by. And then this is a little bag of Country Gent, which is a house blend from B&B Tobacconist in Asheville. I was in Asheville a few months ago for a concert, and stopped by B&B, and the guy behind the counter said it was his personal blend that he had been smoking for like 18 years. So I tried it, and it's good. I haven't smoked much of it, so I can't really describe it. I'm planning on maybe doing some tobacco reviews at some point, and that'll probably be one of the ones that I review, because I doubt there are a lot of people out there that have reviews of that on the channel. So it'd be a good one for me to do since I got some of it. Then I have 2 tins. I'll go into the tins now. That was all my mason jars and my little baggies and stuff. In the tins, I have McClellan's Christmas Cheer from 2007. These tins are all unopened, by the way. There's the other tin of that. Another scratch and dent from the Low Country Pipe and Cigar Bengal Slices. Good stuff. I'm noticing as I hold these up that all the writing is backwards to me because I have my camera flipped around on my phone. I don't know if I'm going to be able to flip the video and mirror it so everything looks right. So if all the wording is backwards, I apologize. This is the first time that I've noticed that everything's flipped. Another tin of Capstan Blue waiting to go into that mason jar whenever I finish what's in there. And a tin of Christmas Cheer from 2013. So I've got 2 of the 2016. No, 2 of the 2013 and 1 of the 2016. That's what that is. All right. A 100-gram tin of Or like golden sliced, which I've never tried before. Can't wait to open that one because I hear such good things about it. Esoterica's Margate. Again, another one I haven't tried, but I've heard good things, and I like most of Esoterica's other stuff that I've tried. I've heard it said that it's kind of similar to Penzance, so... It was at B&B Tobacconist in Asheville, so I picked up a tin of that. And then 2 spare tins of GLP Gaslight, which also I should mention has, in my opinion, the coolest tin art of any tin. This is my favorite tin art. GLP's Gaslight. Here is a 100-gram tin of, or 3.5 ounce tin of HH Vintage Syrian. I've never had Syrian Latakia before, so I'm looking forward to popping that at some point. I recently heard it said that the last of the Syrian Latakia that survived after the big fire that wiped out most of the Syrian Latakia supply years and years ago is running out. So if you like the Syrian Latakia, now's the time to buy it because they ain't making any more of it. Dunhill's Elizabethan Vapor. Peterson's Old Dublin. 2 tins of Dunhill's Nightcap, which probably is my number 2 tin art. I love the tin art on Dunhill's Nightcap. And then a tin of Royal Yacht, which I believe I got in a Dunhill sampler. I've never tried it. I've heard people call it Royal Yuck. So I'm looking forward to trying that. Some people love it, some people hate it. That's from 2014. A lot of these are several years old. Most everything, if I buy it in a tin, I just stick it in here. And if I run out of another blend, then I'll open a new tin. But otherwise, I'm just kind of aging a lot of this stuff. I would say most of my tins are 2 to 5 years old, probably. Samuel go with Bothy Flake. That's a Virginia Latakia blend with a whiskey topping, I think. It is a Caravag Pipe Club tobacco blended for them. I probably just butchered that, so if you are from that town, I apologize. Let's see, what else do we have here? Drew Estate Meat Pie. You're probably noticing a trend here with a lot of Kia blends and a lot of Virginias and Vapors, because that's pretty much what I smoke. Tin of Presbyterian. Good old Escudo. Balkan Sobrani. That's the re-release. This is not a vintage tin. It's from 2014. And then another tin of H&H White Knight. Almost done here. Irish Flake by Peterson. Squadron Leader by Samuel Gowith. Love Squadron Leader. Just a good medium, mild English. Two tins of Pelican from Butera. This stuff's impossible to find. I got on an email list a couple of years ago for that, from, I think, Smoking Pipes or Pipes and Cigars, one of them. My name, well, they got stock in, and I got an email, and I just so happened to check my email right when they came in, bought 2 tins, and it was sold out in like an hour or something like that. And last but not least, a tin of full Virginia Flake, aged from 2014. So yeah, that is my cellar. My chest full of tins of tobacco and mason jars of tobacco to sample over the coming years. I'm always buying more and adding to it. You can never have too much tobacco. I'm sure the upcoming tobacco apocalypse is is going to make the price of everything go up, especially with the deeming laws and a lot of blends going off the market. And it's going to be interesting to see where things go. But I've got a good little base of a cellar going so that I'll always have something to smoke. With the speed that I smoke, I probably will never get through all of this. Unless my kids get a little older and I'm able to start smoking the pipe a little more. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the cellar tour. Hope you saw some of your favorites in there. Hope that gives you a little idea of the kinds of tobaccos that I like. But I'll do some reviews of some of them. I'll probably do, top 10 lists and all that kind of stuff. So hone in on a little more what is my really, really favorite blends. But until then, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you all had a great day. And this is PlanxtyPipes signing off.